everybody, welcome back to my channel. So if you know me in real life, you would know that shoes, books and flowers are my favorite things in the world. If I was a demon, you would be able to summon me with them. I just love them so much. When I saw that there was a tutorial on how to make flowers out of book pages, I just had to give it a go. And I came up with this little project for a fun DIY. I think they're super cute. They turned out really well, so let's start the video. So I'm using the San Sebastian heel by Ruby shoes from a couple years ago. I don't wear them anymore. I'm using a book and a pair of scissors and a glue gun, and that is all you need for this project. So let's get started. I did try to record a tutorial on how to make these out of your book pages. However, my angles were crap, so I decided to scrap that and link the video that I learned how to do this on last night up the top now, so it'll be in an info card somewhere on this page or in the description. So all I'm doing here is cutting out my little flowers and getting them ready with my glue gun. And as I'm doing this, I suggest that you put on a Netflix documentary or whatever you would like to watch. My entertainment of choice at the moment is PewDiePie's Walking Dead walkthrough, because I have seen it, but I just wanted to relive my year 10 years, so my 2013, because why not? So I'm rewatching that instead of watching an anatomy lecture that I should be watching, but you know, whatever, we're making shoes today. So anyway, we're just putting all of these flowers together. These are bigger than the ones that I ended up putting on the shoe, but you get the picture. And I'm just gonna finish making the flowers and I'll see you back here. Okay, so now that we have our flowers, you can just see me remaking them and heating my glue gun up. I'm starting to stick little ripped out pieces of paper onto the back of the heel. I did do a prototype with the other heel and I stuck the flowers on first. I found that a little bit more difficult because I had to handle it more delicately, so I've just chucked a gooseneck onto the shoe and I'm putting the paper on first. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick the flowers onto the shoes like I'm doing now. I chose a big one and then two smaller ones, just so that for symmetry and all of that. So that's going to be really cute. It did take a while for the glue to dry because I put a whole bunch on because I didn't want them to fall off. So I did have to hold them for quite a while and make sure they weren't sticking. And I did worry that the little strap at the front that I was sticking it to was going to melt through, but it did not. So, and I am using a packet of lashes, an empty packet of lashes by Ruby Beauty again. So hashtag keep the lashes on, because there are so many more uses to the Ruby lashes than just putting them on your eyeballs. Yeah, so we're just gonna chuck on some more flowers. As you can see, I'm just curling the petals to make them more realistic looking. And we're just going to stick them on. I do recommend putting them on your feet for this part, because when I put them on, I did find that this center was not where I thought it was, so that's why I've got the gooseneck on. But if you don't have access to a gooseneck, just be very careful with the hot glue, because I did that and I burnt my foot. So yeah, don't do that, kids. But yeah, you're just gonna stick the hot glue on and make sure you've got glue in your actual glue gun, and then stick that on and chuck them on with the shoes and wait for them to dry. You've got to make sure that it's completely dry before you move on to the next step, because you don't want the flowers to be falling off and drying into a weird position. So yeah, here's that step, and I'll show you the almost finished product. We've just got one more step to go. Okay, so here we are, just sticking the final flower onto the front of the shoe. I'm very happy with how they turned out. As you can see, you'll see in a moment, if I will hurry up and pick up the pen, I'm going to stick a pen down the middle of that flower because the angle was a little bit off, so I'm going to use the pen to adjust the angle there and wait for that to dry completely. Then we are going to move on with the final step. If I will hurry up and pick up that pen, because I don't know why I'm taking so long. This is actually in a time lapse, so That's me spending about 15 minutes just holding it in place because I did not want to, there we go, let the flower move, but this was a better option. So now that we've done that, we'll move on to the final step. And finally, to smooth down the paper at the back of the shoe, I'm just using some clear glue and I'm going to let that dry. So I'm just covering that all up with some clear glue that you can't see me doing because I'm great at angles, as we all know. So I'm just going to show you the finished product now. Are you guys ready for the final look? Ta-da! I am actually really happy. It hides the fact that I haven't had a pedicure in a while, so there's that. They actually turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with how they went. So that is it for the tutorial today, guys. If you do end up making these or something similar, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you guys come up with. If you want to see something with the flowers again, let me know because I've got a couple more ideas. And I'll see you guys next time.